Hi, I'm Dolly. My channel name is Tea Time with Dolly and Thrifty Living. I'm so glad you came to visit with me today. I have my glass of tea. So if you would like, go get your favorite beverage and come back and join me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe, because it does help me and it doesn't cost you anything. And if you like this video today, click a thumbs up for me. Thank you. Okay, last week I talked about budget, how important budget was. And I want to first of all mention, I just used on this a regular tablet, but I covered it with a pretty cover. And I wrote budget book on the front, and the reason that I do this is because, I mean, you can use, you know, a pretty cover like this. You can put stickers on it, do something so that your family doesn't come along and they think, oh, a notebook, and they start writing in it. It needs to be separate, so immediately they can tell that's your budget book. But hopefully you put it up all the time so that they don't get it. Because it's so easy just to get mixed up with the other notebooks if it looks the same. So I like for mine to look a little different. Okay, I'm going to talk about what we need to do for a budget. For one thing, we need to know what all of our income is and all of our outgo. So I've listed on here, this is just a sample, it's not my real budget. But it's kind of like how I do my budget, and I rounded things off pretty much so that it's easy to add and figure. Okay, on this one I put income, like a retirement, $1,000 a month, and the wife's Social Security $1,000, the husband's $1,000, $3,000 per month. Yours may be a lot more, a lot less, or weekly paychecks. You know, but it's just that you must have them, should have them all listed so you'll know exactly how much you have coming in. And you need to know exactly how much you have going out. So on this, I put down like the first, because that would be the first of each month, credit card payment of $100, and gas for the house, $130. And then on the 8th, AT&T Wi-Fi would be $90. AT&T cell phones on the 10th would be $50. And on the 12th, there's a car payment of $250. On the 14th, the wife's life insurance is $60, and the husband's is $60. Then the electric for your house is $110. House insurance is $70. Car insurance $70, and if you pay tithe and offering, I put $300. And a sinking fund or freedom account, I've heard it called both, is $352.50. That one I couldn't round off because I had to figure that one. Groceries and shopping, $600 a month. I put groceries and shopping because when I get groceries, you know, if there's other little things there in the store, soap and toiletry items and so forth, I include that. So that comes to $2,242.50. Okay, put this up here. Now, I'm going to explain about the sinking fund. That is things that are not monthly bills, like your property taxes, like twice a year, trash pickup, ours is quarterly, H&R Block, that's who does our taxes, but whoever your tax person is, if you have one. I put that's $150. Christmas birthdays is $800. Car maintenance, I estimated at $800. Clothes, $400, and eye and dental care, $800. Of course, they're going to vary, but that gives us an idea to go on. So that come to $4,230. So if you divide that by 12 months in the year, that you're going to need approximately $352.50. So, on the next page, I brought that over. I just made a bank balance for that account. Now, you can make this in a separate checking account. The bank does not care how many accounts you have. So, to me, it's easier. Now, you know, if you're really good at keeping track of things all in one account, that's fine. But for me, it's easier to have a separate account. And then when the taxes, property taxes are due or the car breaks down, I just know that it comes out of that account. And then you need an emergency fund, because that's when I said car breaks down, car maintenance, but anything more than that, like if it's a big repair, or say your refrigerator goes out or something, that's where your emergency fund comes in. And then, okay, let me back up here. So I subtracted the outgo from the income, and that was $757 left after I had the sinking fund on there. And so the $378.75, I divided up for the emergency fund and the long-term savings. If you have a loan, you might want to, instead of putting that into long-term savings, get that paid off instead. And then once they're paid off, then do the long-term savings. Or maybe you have long-term savings at work, so that's definitely a good thing if you do. You go ahead and keep that and keep funding that. So anyway, I just want to give you an idea. This is my easy way of doing it. There is very complicated ways and more detailed, but to me they were always kind of difficult. But this worked for me, and one of the biggest things for me is I didn't used to figure on the emergency fund, and that's what hurt, because then when the emergency would come up, which they will, that's life, the car breaks down or something happens, and then I would have to use the credit card. So I learned from experience that's not the best way to do it. So I hope you've liked this video, and come back and join me next week. May God bless you this week. Bye-bye.